Hey guys, Jessica here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now I know it's been quite a while since I have filmed a YouTube video. There's just been so much going on to where I haven't really wanted to edit anything. So I have still been putting on makeup. I just haven't really been, taking any selfies or posting any videos or anything like that. So I really wanted to get back on here, and I felt the best thing to do would be a good fall look because I'm obsessed with fall. So we're gonna use a couple of Morphe palettes. Here is the first one. This is the Morphe 3502 Second Nature palette. And then I haven't 100% decided on the look I'm creating yet, but just in case, we also have the Morphe Jaclyn Hill Vault collection. This is the Armed and Gorgeous palette below. So let's go ahead and just get right into it. I have already used my Ulta Matte Eye Primer. I'm obsessed with it. It really just, evens out all of your, it really evens out your skin tone, just makes everything look really well as makes all of the makeup that you put down stay put really well. So I am going to go in with my Morphe X Jaclyn Hill JH40 brush, and I am going to just start out in the crease, and this is called Heat. And so I'm just going to start building that into my crease. Just like that. And I am going to add a little bit more to my brush and just kind of hit that outer edge a little bit just to make it V out just a tad. Just like that. So then I think on the same brush, I'm going to go into the next shade over, Ablaze, and just kind of go a little bit deeper in the crease. And it's okay if a little bit gets on our lid. We are going to cover that up. And so the next thing I'm going to do is go in with my M441 from Morphe, and I am going to go ahead and dip into the Vault collection into Access. With this brush being a lot more fluffy, I'm going to go half in my crease and half right above, just to start blending all of these shades together. Just like that. Then I'll go back in with this one and go into Heat again, pack that right underneath the yellow. We're really just trying to make sure this is a smooth blend, going into Ablaze again and more in the crease. So here's the eye look so far. I know it probably looks a little bit crazy, but we are going to clean that up. I'm going to go in with my Luxie 231 small tapered blending brush here. It's just basically a bigger version of my Jaclyn Hill Morphe one. I'm going to go into Chestnut, which is a really warm red tone. I'm going to hit the outer corner and in just a little bit just to deepen up that V on the outside. Just like that. So then I am going to take my Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH30 brush. This is just a very big fluffy brush, and I'm going to go over the top of everything just to make sure it's cleaned up. There is no product on this brush here. That's just making sure that the yellow didn't go too far up and yet everything is still blending. I'm not adding any extra product to my M441, the one with that yellow. I am just going to blend that right over the top. And that is the base of the eye look done. We are going to do a cut crease, and you can do this a few different ways. If you'd prefer not to do a cut crease, you could just go in with your finger or with a flat brush like this, a flat packing brush. This is the JH41. We will end up using this, but if you wanted to, you could just use some setting spray on it and we could pack glitter on that way. My favorite way to do an eye look like this is to do a cut crease. So I'm just gonna go in with, this is a Luxie 245 small shader brush. This is really good for cut creases. And I'm going to go in with the Morphe Concealer. This is a white concealer. It just makes sure that colors are gonna show up really well on your eye. But if you wanted to, you could go in with just a lighter concealer or a concealer of your skin tone. All of it would work just fine. And I'm just going to go in to the crease, or up to the crease, and I'm gonna try to stop right at where that deeper shadow is here. And what that's gonna do for us is give us a tacky base. So then we can go in with that JH41, that packing brush. And I think for this look, I'm gonna start with Ruby and just pack it kind of on the outside of that cut. Just like that. And then I am going to take just a shadow switching pan. These are really cheap. I got this one from Ulta. Literally all you have to do is rub your brush in it, and it takes a lot of the product off of your brush. So then you could take the same brush and go in with another shade. I think I'm gonna go in with Polished and just pack that on the inner corner. Just like that. So then I'm going to take the Luxie 231 and go into a Blaze one more time, just to even out the very top of our cut crease here. I don't even know what brushes I used anymore. We're just kind of going in crazy now. We're gonna use the JH40. This might have been the first brush I used. Honestly, not sure. And just go into Rich and just kind of deepen up that outer edge again. Finally, I prefer to do my eye looks before I do the rest of my face, so I can swipe here and get all the fallout if there's any, as well as get a really good angle right there. Alright, so next I'm going to go in with my Morphe liner. This is a felt tip black liner, and I am going to use that to make this a cat eye wing. To start that off, I'm just going to start out probably right at that ablazed shade and just draw a straight line in towards that corner of my eye. Just like that. And then I'm going to take the top of it and draw it in and try to connect it with my lash line. And then you can do up close to your lash as well as fill in that little extra there. And that is my winged liner. So if you have any mistakes along the edge here or anything like that, whenever you go in and do your concealer, another reason I like to do my face makeup after, you can always clean that up with a thin brush like our Luxie 245, the small tapered. You can go in and clean that up and just draw a nice line just like that, and then you can blend that out whenever you blend out the rest of your concealer, and that will give you more of that sharp point. Now today I am not going to do the rest of my face makeup because I don't know if you can tell outside, it is black. It is nighttime. I am just randomly putting on makeup at 9 o'clock at night. Not 100% sure why. So usually I would do the rest of my face makeup before I would do my under eyes, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you my under eye and then go ahead and do my other eye and mascara off camera. Then I'll come back and show you my final look eye-wise. So we are going to, for my under eye, take the JH43. This is a flat topped brush that I really like whenever I'm doing like a dark smoky look like this, because this hugs right up to your lash line so well. So I'm going to go into that rich shade on that brush, and then you can't do it without looking down awkwardly, and I won't be able to talk, but just hug it up as close to your lash line as possible and just slightly blend along your bottom lash line. Just like that. So that is going to give you that really deep definition underneath. I'm going to take a little bit more and just kind of finish it up here. And then for a final little kick, I'm going to figure out what I'm doing. I'm going to take my JH40 again. I'm going to clean it off because I, again, have no idea what shade was last on this. And I'm going to go into Access one more time, that yellow shade from the Jaclyn Hill Vault collection. Tap off my excess and just kind of blend that out. So you don't want this to be super crazy or anything, which is why I tapped off the excess, but you do want it to be at least a little bit noticeable, just because in blending it out, if you don't have a little bit of color there, you're not going to blend it out that well. Like I said, I'm going to go do the other eye and mascara off camera, and I'll come back to do the final highlighting steps. Alright, so here we are. I am back, other eye completely done. I went ahead and threw this LA Girl dark brown eyeliner into my lower lash line, and then I used my mascara, made sure to curl my top lashes. I did have a little oopsie that I definitely wanted to show you really quick. I don't know if you can tell or not, but I do have a little bit of mascara that has just kind of made its way into my eyeshadow. So a little trick, make sure you let it completely dry, and then you can take just a little spoolie like this, and if you spool it, it should go away. It'll kind of just flake off for you, and there you go, you don't have that same issue. Then you can just go in with one of your brushes that you didn't need to add any more product to it or anything, you just throw that in there and you're all set. So the only thing I have left to do is I wanted to highlight. So I am going to go into the Morphe palette again. I'm going to go into this second shade here. This is called Pure. With this tiny little brush, this is the JH39. It is a tiny little pencil brush. And I'm going to just dab a little bit of that right here in the inner corner. And it shouldn't be like super crazy unless that's the vibe you're going for, but you should start to see just a little bit of color. This one is more of a gold, but I always do a shimmer, and then I always take whatever shade I put in the inner corner and I take a little bit of it, and I always highlight my brow bone with that same shade, just because I feel like what works for one should work for both, right? Unless I'm doing like a bright like green or something, obviously. But I mean, if you feel like highlighting your brow bone with a bright green, go for it. All right, and there is the completed look. Obviously, I would usually have the rest of my face done, but with it being, again, like 9 o'clock, I'm gonna go to bed after washing all this off. So here is my fall look number 1. We will call this fall look number 1 because I'm sure there will be several more of these. But I really hope you like this. I hope you learned something, or at least got an idea of, you know, how to make something like this. I will tell you, on this eye, doing it off of camera, I think it took maybe 2 or 3 minutes. Like, it literally does not take very long at all. I've been doing cut creases and wings for a while now, so maybe for you it might take 5 or 6 depending on, you know, how it goes. But I did have to, you know, clean up a little bit of this side too and stuff. I'm definitely not perfect with, you know, wing liner yet or anything, but I do feel like it came out really good. I feel very much in love with my fall look, my fall vibe that's going on in my house right now. But I really hope you liked it. If you did, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, that thumbs up button. Make sure to tell me down below in the comments, you know, if there's anything else you want to see. Did you like this? Do you think I should have done different colors? What do you think? So let me know down below. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching and have a great night. Bye.